Directorate warns for a lockdown if COVID cases surge. And Jar Oil pays $1.2 million fine to Pura instead of $900,000. This and more coming on Gambia24. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. This is Gambia24 News Bulletin with me, Mariama Cham, and now the news in detail. The Director of Health Promotion and Education, Mamadou Njai, on Wednesday told iAfrica TV's Good Morning program that there is a possibility for another lockdown if there comes any resurgence of the new cases of COVID-19 in the Gambia. Dr. Njai said the Health Ministry is aware of every situation in the country with regards to the pandemic. Nesiste has more in this report.
The number of new COVID-19 cases is gradually increasing in the Gambia, leaving the public worried as to whether the government will introduce another lockdown. Last week, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmad Lamin Samate, confirmed that the new UK COVID-19 variant has entered into the Gambia. Speaking to iAfrica TV, the Director of Health Promotion and Education, Mamadou Njai, said that the country might go under another lockdown if new cases of the virus continue to surge.
Obviously, when we see an increase in number of cases on a daily basis, it will warrant the Minister of Health to come out with a statement to ensure that we put up measures that either to recommend to government strategies and measures that will be able to make sure that they cut down the number of cases. So it depends on the technical committee that will decide, but so they are also monitoring the situation. As we are moving on, we are seeing a trend in the number of cases that are going up. Definitely we've gone to a level that there is a need for us to be able to put up a lockdown measure that we're going to do it. But right now, as far as, because we get a lot of information on our Facebook page, people are asking, is the country going to lockdown? We've not gone to lockdown yet, but if the situation warrants it, the country is going to go to, the ministry will recommend for it, and it's going to be implemented.
After a month of decline in the number of COVID-19 cases in the country, the public is no longer observing the WHO and the Health Ministry's COVID-19 health guidelines, such as wearing a face mask, social distancing, and frequent washing of hands. Dr. Njai has urged the public to reconsider these guidelines and also challenge all regions across the Gambia to make sure that everyone wears a face mask.
For the general public, I want to appeal to the public to continue wearing face masks, and I want to appeal to the journalists themselves now to start the campaign. Every journalist in this country, for people to see and emulate from you, we want anytime you go out, you need to put on face masks. Likewise, all heads of departments, institutions, we also need to start wearing face masks, and all governors, district chiefs, alcalos, heads of households, we want to see everybody in face masks. And also, we want to make sure that every institution there are hand-washing facilities. That's the appeal I want to make to the general public.
The Director of Health Promotion assured the public that the Health Ministry is well prepared for any resurgence of the pandemic in the Gambia. According to the Ministry of Health, currently Gambia has 3,938 confirmed cases, 3,697 recoveries, and 128 deaths. For iAfrica News, I am Daisy.
The Health Directorate warns for a lockdown if COVID-19 cases continue to surge in the country. Now, Jar Oil Company has on Wednesday told iAfrica TV that the company has paid $1.2 million fine by Pura for illegal construction of petrol stations in the country. However, the company's managing director, Mamadou Haidara, said Jar Oil paid $1.2 million instead of $900,000 as written in Pura's press release last week. Amindao tells us more.
The Jar Oil Company has registered over 16 petrol and gas oil filling stations across the Gambia. The company, which is said to be the #1 company controlling the sale and distribution of cement, fuel, and other oil products in the New Gambia, has been recently fined an amount of $1.2 million by the Public Utility and Regulatory Authority for illegal construction of petrol stations in Kairaba Avenue and Willingara. The company's managing director, Mamadou Haidara, said Jar Oil is not the only company that has violated PURA's Act for construction to be 50 meters away from residential places.
How come Kairaba and Wellingara is said to be not qualified compared to other stations across the country? Is there anyone that has met this 50-meter rule? Let them tell us if they have any answers to that. And they accepted in that meeting that this 50-meter rule is a problem, and it has always been an issue and a concern, and it's even hampering development because it's not feasible.
He said that during a meeting with PURA, the regulatory body promised to change the 50-meter rule regulation by January 1st, 2021, which they failed to do so. Haidara further said PURA's $1.2 million fine against Jar Oil was communicated to them in a letter, while $900,000 was published online.
But when I called, they said, no, it's an enforcement. You have to pay, you have to comply within 72 hours. And then this fine has to be paid within 14 days. I said, okay, we had a meeting. Then the CEO said, no need to negotiate on the fine. Pay them the money. Okay, then I was confused in the beginning. How much do I have to pay? I went with a blank check. And I told them, I'm here to pay, but I want to know how much is to be paid. Because what we see online being published is 900,000. And what I'm seeing, the letter sent to us is 1.2 million. So which is which? Then they knock heads together, they said it's 1.2 million. Then I drafted the check. I gave them 1.2 million. They gave me a receipt, and I have a copy of the check, and I came with it.
Jar Oil Company is not only dealing with petrol stations, but is also a major importer of cement in the country. The company recently has 300 employees, according to research. Amin Dao, reporting for iAfrica News.
Jar Oil Company, they are alleged that they paid $1.2 million a fine instead of $900,000 as stated in PURA's press release last week. We will now take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
In the mood of pranking your friends? Change your voice and spice up your calls with AfriCell Magic Voice Service. You can choose to talk with a cartoon, a woman's or a monster's voice for only $1 per day. To activate the magic voice, call or SMS 188 or simply dial *188#. Have fun and enjoy the laughs.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Welcome back, Ian, and you're still watching GAMBIA24. Mamadou Cham, alias MC Cham, the National Youth President of the Gambia Democratic Congress (GDC), has said that President Barrow's National People's Party (NPP) was formed on false premises. MC Cham made these allegations on iAfrica TV's Good Morning program, as we hear more in this report. As the Barrow's government clocks for on Tuesday since its inception in January 2017, many Gambians, including politicians of different political parties, have been assessing President Barrow's 4 years of presidency. The National Youth President of the Gambia Democratic Congress said President Barrow's National People's Party (NPP) was formed on a basis of false promises to the Gambian people. MC Cham added that President Barrow never promised Gambians he would form his own political party.
NPP as a political party, I have been saying this long time ago, was built on lies. Because they have lied to the Gambians and showed them that his movement is here to help people with boreholes, gardens, and so on. But Barrow did not tell Gambians that he was going to form a political party. What he told Gambians was that he is here for 3 years, that he is content with what he has. He also promised that he will make all necessary reforms, then leave Gambians to elect their choice.
Meanwhile, President Barrow on Tuesday commended the Gambian electorates, the Diaspora Coalition 2016 campaign team, and the political parties for putting aside their political differences for the national interest. However, the GDC National Youth President said Barrow should have addressed Gambians in a more appropriate manner than extending his gratitude in a press statement.
I expected the president to come out yesterday to sit in front of the state TV and speak to Gambians rather than a press release from his office. I was also expecting him to sit in front of the camera and thank Gambians and all those who contributed for the change, including the political parties and other countries like Senegal. He could have shown his commitment, and gratitude to Gambians is better than sharing a press release to the media.
MC Cham also observed that the political parties that formed the coalition in 2016 to us Jammeh failed Gambian people. President Adama Barrow was sworn in at the Gambian embassy in Dakar when Jammeh refused to step down after he rejected the December 1st, 2016 presidential elections. Gambians went through challenges during the impasse when former President Jammeh refused to step down after President Barrow defeated him in the December 2016 polls. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Mariama Cham.
GDC's youth president MC Cham accused that President Barrow's National People's Party NPP was built on lies. That's all we have for you in today's edition of Gambia24. Join us for more news on iAfrica.tv. I was your presenter Mariama Cham. Thanks for watching and have a good night.
dama ne naa ñëw xool si sa tabax gi.
loolu nag kontaan naa si bu baax.
seen nag yow kontaan nga waaye man kontaanuma ndax bul fàtte ne man ak yow ñoo bokkoon nekk bitim réew ma yónnee xaalis bu bëri pour ñu sampal ma suma néeg waaye bi ma ñëwee ba agsi la ma fa fekk sama xol neexut parce que tabax gi àggut fen tax xaalis bu bëri laa ci ñàkk. yow nag bi ma waxee ne da ngay samp ak léegi yàggut dara.
non yàggut.
tey ma ñëw gis sa tabax gi toll fii car macha allah seen lan mooy sa secret.
Touré man suma secret mooy baluwo.
baluwo kon su ma la déggee baluwo dañuy yëngu tamit ci wàllu samp.
waaw.
ni ngay def nag yomb na da ngay log on to www.baluwo.com mun ngaa jënd ci ñoom ciment suuf banta weñ ba ci daaj yi nga xam ne di nga ko soxla lépp lu jëm ci wàllu samp rek mun nga koo am ci lu yomba ak baluwo daal yaay dugal sa xaalis fi nga ko bugga amee ko ci ni nga ko buggee.
Star GSM.